G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. This is game number 4 between Wham01 and TheMista. Spawning in the north of the map, playing as the Holy Roman Empire, we've got Wham. And to the south, playing as the Holy Roman Empire as well, we've got TheMista. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 4th and could be the final game between these two guys. TheMista at the moment has lost 3 games in a row. Wham has won them all, and things are not looking pretty right now for our sweet Mister. As you guys do know, I'm a big fan of TheMista. I am a sucker for some Mister, that is for sure. But unfortunately, he's not doing the best today, not having a solid day. Interesting spawn that we've got here as well. This looks completely closed off. It's normally meant to have a little bit of a gateway through here, but unfortunately, not going to be the case. So a little bit of a curious spot makes it easier to wall as well. You can just get a nice wall across here, nice wall across there. Easy walls everywhere. But we've got ourselves a double dock opening by the looks of it. Wham towards the north, going to be starting on wood. Going to be opening up with a dock by the same token. We've got Mister on wood, so no real surprises here. Remember in that series that we saw earlier today that there was a little bit of difference, but not going to be the case today. So let's do a quick assessment of the relics and see how they're doing. There's one in the center, 2 down towards this central position, and then 1 down towards the south side. Interestingly, neither of the players get these pocket relics that spawn, which are much safer. So fortunately, the map seems pretty balanced here in that regard. The only real exception is that up here for Mister, there really seems to be nothing except for a deer hunt and a whole bunch of forests. Other than that, it is barren wastelands. But let's talk a little bit about how we expect this game to unfold. This game, of course, is all about the fast Imperial on this map. I say that coming from a Holy Roman Empire mirror where, well, let's just say it wasn't pretty in the feudal age as well as in the castle age, but typically you would expect players to go for that fast Imperial as quickly as possible. We've seen players get their times down towards that 11-minute mark, especially when they do a little opening like this where they start out by just going for a dock and adding in probably about 7 or 8 villages and then or 7 or 8 fishing boats and then just going heavy for that Imperial age. So that could be the case here today for these players. So we'll look to see how exactly it goes out in the late game. You can expect to see a lot of lance connects together with horsemen just running around the map. Most importantly, a lot of stone walls on these crossings as well as down towards the south side with the potential for an early sacred site trigger as well. We've seen a lot of matchups on this map, but the Holy Roman Empire definitely seems to be the most common. Very curious. Oh, never mind. There was another villager in there building it. I was looking at the mining camp. I'm like, very curious decision to leave this mining camp at 729 out of 750. I wonder what his thinking is behind this one. No, Drongo, you dickhead. Stop judging people, mate. He had a villager hidden there, all right? Don't be an idiot. But in the early stages of the game, things looking pretty even, things looking pretty quiet. But let's talk a little bit more about the prospects of this game and what exactly it means for these players. So, obviously, this is the road to Red Bull Wallalol. You can tell by the little logo that we've got down over that way. I can't quite show you because the mouse gets covered by the logo. But you guys see it down there. We're on the road to Red Bull Wallalol Legacy. So that means that these players are fighting at the moment for a golden ticket, an invite to that road to Red Bull Wallalol Legacy. That's a $300,000 event for Age of Empires 4. There are also events for Age of Empires 1 and Age of Empires 2 there. No Age of Empires 3 or AOM, unfortunately, or Age of Empires Online for that matter. But there are events for AoE 1, AoE 2, and AoE 4. And there's some big prize pools involved. More than $500,000 of prize pools are going to be involved for that event, 300,000 of which are going to be going over to Age of Empires 4 players. So I'm looking forward to it. These guys obviously looking forward to it as well. I'm going to be fighting their damn hardest to try and get that golden ticket because the player that wins this series at the moment looking like it's highly likely to be Wham, sitting on 3 victories already. He will very much... he'll be very pleased with himself because he'll be heading over to Heidelberg, over towards that castle. He'll get some free accommodation. He'll enjoy the games and have a chance for a crack at that 300k. That is what it's all about. But Mister going to be looking to try and defend this position. You can see that Wham's being very annoying. This is one of the things that the Canadian brothers Wham and Puppy Paw do very well. Harassment on the gold mine. They're always paying attention to these scouts. As soon as the scout comes in, you can see them move back away from it. He only lets one hit get on before immediately moving back those scouts. And now I'm going to be just paying attention. You can see, we'll ride on board with Mister and see what he sees. Did he only go for a single scout opening? No, there is a double scout. There's the second scout, bringing back the sheep here. But the Archon Chapel going to be coming up. And you can see that this Archon Chapel is right on the edge here. I don't like this Archon Chapel at all. And I think that largely that is just because of the very unfortunate nature of this Archon Chapel. And you can see right now he's going to be like this Archon Chapel. It gathers like it gets like the corner of this gold mine. That's about it. And then realistically, it hits the berries. Doesn't hit the villagers on food or on wood at all. It's not pretty. It is not pretty. Let's go have a look on the other side and see what our Archon is over here. This one looking a little bit better. Villagers are going to be able to pick up that bonus as they drop off all of the gold here. So that's a little bit nicer. Gets a lot of the wood line. Gets the main town center. Things looking good, and you can also push in deer as well towards that position. Deer in a very pushable position, and Wham loves to do that. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see that, but now walls coming up across this southern side of the map. Wham looking to try and get control down here. Already looking to take an early lead, and keep in mind he's walled off that central location as well, so we might, hey, we could even see a transport ship. I wouldn't be surprised. Mr. the kind of guy to transport ship over across, like Mr. the kind of guy to transport 5 prelates across here, or like send one of them out. Where would he do it? He'd drop like one here and then transport the rest down here. Actually, no, just transport the rest down here. And then send all of the prelates out, grab the relics, bring them in. Like, that's the kind of guy Mr. is. Feudal now coming through for Wham. He's already on the way towards that castle edge, but you can see he's dropping down a barracks early, and he's rallying out towards the center. Now, keep in mind, he doesn't actually have a gate up for him, so he's not going to be able to run through here. But looking to try and, I'm assuming, stop those prelates. Early on in the game. We can see that he's moving around now with the next villager. He's looking to try and wall up that position. I'm curious where he actually goes. He could actually just wall that. Actually, he could 100% just wall that. Maybe wall it twice. Make sure it doesn't get taken out. But he's just going to wall on the sacred site instead. Going to go for a little bit of a safer wall. We'll check back in with Mr. And he's going to be walling up the middle crossing himself. It looks like he's deleted the pillars very, very intentionally. Yeah, players both looking to get up and... I swear, I had no idea, but I told you, if there's anyone who's going to do it, it's going to be this guy. It is 100% going to be this guy. Mr. always going to be the one thinking outside the box. Villager does go down over on this western front. He's already got a barracks down, so the barracks is going to be looking to rally out of spearmen. Spearmen going to start burning down these walls, sieging them down. Looks like the relics over on this side are going to be left open. They're going to be left in play for the moment, but very smart moves in getting that transport ship out. And one of the things I'm a big fan of, I don't see a lot of people do this, excuse me, is getting their first prelate out of the Archon Chapel. Let him be free. Let him live his life. He'll come back. He will come back to that Archon Chapel one day, but let him be free. Let him go and grab as many relics as he sees fit. I'm a big fan of that. Now, obviously, this is a high-stakes environment. This is where relics really matter. If you're able to get a 4-1 split against your opponent, it's almost a guaranteed win. So if you're able to take away all those relics over your opponent, that could be huge. Regnant's now coming up for both players, though. Mr. we can see is about 50% of the way. Compare that over to Wham is about 30% of the way, so a little bit behind. 12 villagers versus 8, though, so they should finish at roughly the same time. Barracks and stable already out here for Wham, so he's looking to get units down towards his position. Prelate is going to get picked up in the middle, attacked with the scout. At the same time, scout going to get attacked by the spearman. Man-at-Arms going to be running into it as well. It's going to be Wham that's picking up these kills down here. So with that, look, I mean, at this point in time, there's a guaranteed 1 relic that goes over to Mr. Guaranteed 1 relic at this point that goes over to Wham. But the question is going to be who gets the ones in the middle. First prelate making his way downtown. I say making his way downtown. He's making his way across the river. We hear that first relic being picked up. It's actually going to be the one in the middle. Oh my god, he's already got a prelate over there. Going to be able to snipe that first one. Now moving down towards the south side. Prelate going to be dropped off down here. He is a super speedy prelate. Now making his way over towards this position. He's going to be able to get this 3rd relic, that is for sure. And down towards the southern side, we hear the men-at-arms, or rather the spearmen, fighting it out, stabbing each other. It looks like a wolf going to get in on the action, so we'll change our perspective and watch to see exactly what happens with those relics. It's going to be the second one that gets picked up, and you can see he's going to be ushering in a whole new era of gold for everybody, as the 3rd relic is also getting picked up down towards the south side and already making his way back. Wait a minute. No, he's not. Wham stole the prelate, or stole the relic on the other side with the prelate, and now he drops off another prelate here. Things are starting to heat up. Things are getting super spicy. Prelate towards the north. They're going to be able to secure 2, and that is the final relic down towards his southern position. Men-at-Arms coming out. Now, the difference between a 2 and 3 split here is not significant. Woolalol going to be going down. Men-at-Arms going to be running in. Spearman going to have to be falling back. He doesn't want to have to delete this Woolalol, or delete this Spearman. Spearman going to be losing its life. Prelate going to be making its way around towards this relic. Now, the question is whether he can just walk in, grab the relic, and actually get out. 1.44 movement speed. These guys are charging in. Prelate going to be trying to get in there. I think he's just going to run in, hit the button. Let's see if he does it. Grabs it. Moving towards the side. He's going to try and bring it down a little bit here. He's going to try and toss it. This is a classic thing, but now the Prelate going to be coming in tow at the same time, and Knight going to be coming in. Now, keep in mind, this third relic not as important at all. It's not relevant in this game, in my opinion. Obviously, it's important. It's nice to have it. You know, you can throw it in a keep when it gets later in the game, extend that range out a little bit, but when you compare it to the value that you're getting out of these two relics, it is nowhere near as significant. You can actually see a monastery does go up on the backside as well for Wham here. Still got only one relic in the bag. Second one is coming back for the moment, but plenty of units out for him. And we've got Mista, who's thinking about going to Imperial Age, and this is what I was talking about. You know, you've got to be careful not to commit too heavily to these fights in the Castle Age, and if you do commit to them heavily, you better hope that your opponent commits to them heavily as well, because if you find yourself down an age, you're going to find yourself down a game very, very quickly. Knight's going to be meeting these Knights of Wham in the base right now. Mista going to be holding on. Keep in mind, we are in this series at the moment up 3-0 from Wham. This is match point. If Wham wins this game, then he's going to be heading to Heidelberg. He's going to be picking up that golden ticket, and Mista going to have to come back next month and try his best to rinse the rest of these players out here. He's done a great job so far today, but unfortunately, the luck seems to have run out. Wham is just in a great spot in this game as well with 3 of the relics. Decent fishing economy as well. In fact, let's do a little bit of a stock take and see where we're up to. 44 versus 42. So up by about 2 villages as well. Not a big deal, but those things do start to add up. Market goes down as well. He's going to be bringing back that third relic. We'll take a look and see where it is. There it is. So 3 relics against 2. Now, this is a difference that is very easily able to be overcome. You can overcome this just with a little bit of micro, with a little bit of, you know, fortunate unit trades. Maybe you pick off a villager or something like that. Maybe you get up a little bit earlier to the Imperial Age. That's the difference that it could be. So it would be important, you know, I would just say don't look too deeply into that 3-2 relic split. As I mentioned before, if it was a 4-1 relic split or a 5-0 relic split, then you could be worried. In fact, I do remember seeing a game at N4C. Marine Lord actually, I think it was the Holy Roman Empire. He had no relics. He was literally 0 relics on Holy Roman Empire up against Delhi, and he beat them. He beat them. I'm pretty sure it was, or it might have been French. I don't know. I don't remember. But it was, he had 0 relics on the Holy Roman Empire, and he won. He won with a timing push. But speaking of timing push, Wham going to be looking for a bit of a timing here. Imperial Age going to be coming through for him. You can see he's about to click up to that next stage by the same time. Mista still yet to click up just yet. He's got a lot of units in queue, 6 Knights, as well as a couple of hardened spearmen and a veteran spearman now going to be coming out as well. So plenty of units, and it definitely feels like at this point in time, Mista, he's on the defensive, he's trying to hold on, but Wham just absolutely all over him. Units in the base, units running around, and now towards the middle of the map, we've got prelates moving out towards these sacred sites. We're going to have to change off the perspective of Mista, because you guys know I love the sound of that wolf. And a Hulk has now come out for Wham. Wham just looking all over this game. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I don't want to call GG just yet, but you guys know how I feel. I mean, in this series at the moment, Wham is up 3-0. And it's looking less and less likely that Mista's going to be able to pull this one out. So, look, if you're watching this one on YouTube, which of course you are, because that's the only place this video is going, well, look, it might be a bit of a short series, unfortunately, but the numbers here for Mista looking pretty healthy. Now, interesting, is he not going Imperial here? What is Mista doing? Doc coming up, still plenty of Knights out. He's not thinking about going Imperial at all. Wham is, like, already on the way to Imperial. He's almost up at 14 minutes despite going for these insane opening here. Villager going to go down over on this position. No. No. Oh my god, he left it. He left it twice. So elite upgrades are going to be on the way in here for Wham. And down towards the south, it looks like a villager going to be looking to wall up that sacred site. So he's going to be taking that sacred site in the north, and we start to see the villager finally gets taken out. So came back for a third time and was very fortunate with that one. But now we see the age 3 coming through. So Wham in a really, or age 4 rather, in a good spot. Mista going to be behind a significant amount. And remember, every minute you are behind, you are losing villagers. How long does it take to train a villager with the Swabia? It takes 6 seconds. How many seconds in a minute? 60. That's some quick math for you. How many villagers can you make in a minute with a Swabia? 10, baby, 10. You count them on one hand, you count them on 2. That's how many fingers you're going to need to count all those villagers. So 10 villagers in a minute. Now, we've already had a minute that's passed, which means a minute has gone by and 10 villagers have been created out of that Swabia. And Mr. is going to be down those 10 villagers. So if we look at the villager count right now, 49 villagers for Mr., 56 villagers for Wham. So he's already managed to climb the gap, and you can see he's got plenty of them in queue, just pumping them out non-stop. But we've got ourselves a little bit of a push on the south side. Mr. not even thinking about going towards Imperial. Hold on a minute. I thought the Imperial was the only way that you can play this, but Mr. coming out with a bit of... Oh my god, Mr. actually coming out with a timing push here. This is something that we saw earlier in the day, where there was a tech switch. It was almost like a secret tech switch. Knights on the backside. These guys still yet to get their elite upgrades, but the veteran spearmen going to be able to come in here, meet them in the lower numbers, and might potentially be able to hold on. Point-blank charges coming out, because why the heck not? Knights moving in. Veteran spearmen coming through as well. Mr. trying his luck right now. Keep in mind, we are on match point right now. If there's ever been a time for Mr. to throw it down, it's right now. We can see that both sacred sites have now been captured as well. If you thought things were bad for Mr., I assure you, they are only getting worse. Than speaking of worse, hold on a minute. Mr. going to be able to burn through that gate very, very quickly. Look how quickly that thing goes down. There's a lot of units out on this position. He's got 24 units out here. Mr. looking strong at this stage in the game. 80 population versus 86, 35 versus 24. It's a small difference between them, but the knights as well as the men or the spearmen going to be more than enough to try and push this back. And the question's going to be whether he's going to be able to do any economic damage. We'll watch, wait, and see as the keep going to be coming up. This is going to be concerning. If he finds this one out, he's going to be able to turn all of his attention towards this. He knows he's committing to it. It could be doubtful that it goes up. And the men-at-arms are barely anywhere to be seen. The villagers going to be trying their best, and they do fall back. This could be bad right now for Wham. He's fighting on. He's holding on for dear life. But remember, he's got that villager printer out. He's pumping out a villager every 6 seconds. He doesn't care if he loses villagers. He's making them by the dozen, baby. And I'm not talking a standard dozen. I'm talking a baker's dozen, man. Those things, that's 13. That's a lot of villagers right there. Wham, at the moment, going to be popping out the Wallalo. Looks like he's able to hold on towards this position. A single spearman going to just, never mind, it goes down to the Lance Connect. More knights coming in. Wham starting to look a little bit worrisome. The units continue rallying in across the map. Knights upon spearmen. Men-at-arms getting taken out. We can see the elite knights have made their way through. Wham going to be holding on. The keep still looking to be up. Unfortunately, it looks like it's not going to be going up, and the units just keep funneling in right now. Wham is in Imperial age, but he's only on 50 population, 38 of which are villagers, 11 are military. And look at right now, Mr. has found himself a final gear. Just when you thought Mr. was down in second gear, it turns out he was actually in fourth gear. You'd read the numbers wrong, and now he puts himself into fifth gear. He is pumping out units non-stop. He's stacking up 1100 wood, but that doesn't matter right now because he's got units in the enemy's base. The keep gets cancelled, and Mr. is in a strong position, cleaning out the enemy base. The timing push here is absolutely immaculate. A single Lance Connect's going to be coming out here, but I can't help but feel it might be too little too late. Mr. trying to clean up this game. Keep in mind this series, I've said it before, I'll say it again, it's 3-0 right now. If there's ever been a time that Mr. needed to pull, it was right now. And that's exactly what he looks to do. Printer of Palace of Swabia is still printing out villagers right now. Wham actually has textiles in the queue for the Palace of Swabia. I'll give you a hot hint. Don't put it in the Swabia. It takes the exact same amount of time as a normal town center, and you waste 3 villagers by doing it. But now, turning his attention towards that Regnitz Cathedral. Don't tell me he's going to bring in some prelates. Doesn't look like it at this stage, but more and more units coming in. Lance Connect numbers looking to get a little bit healthier. He's trying to patch that hole in the wall, but still that Regnitz is under attack. Wallalo going to be coming down. He's going to try his best to get it off. It was pretty close, but unfortunately not going to be enough. And those men-at-arms, they're yet to be seen at this point. You can see the numbers for Wham just looking terrible. 29 idols, including the villagers out here. The emplacement going to be firing off towards these units, but at the same time, they don't even care. Just able to clean up these Lance Connect, just barely even taking a couple of hits before they go down. And with that, the Regnitz Cathedral going to be going down. Wham could be in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Wham is not trading right now. He is losing. Things are not looking good for him. The sacred side towards the south side gets neutralized. The one towards the north is also getting neutralized. The sacred victory no longer in contention. Wham in trouble. And now that next landmark is going to be focused down. It's going to be the main town center. He's not even going for the Swabia. Don't worry about it, fellas. We'll just go for the main TC. That's all good. I don't care if it's got extra health. I'm just going for it. I don't care if it trains villagers 20 seconds a pop. I'm going for it. But now the men-at-arms, rather the Lance Connect, going to be coming through here. Elite Knight's going to be looking to try and hold on as well. The men oh my god, I keep saying the men-at-arms. Lance Connect got to be focused out here, but they look like they are focused out. Numbers still looking very, very good here. He's managed to get the re-wall through, but Wham is behind right now. Villager count 49, for him. 14 military population compared to TheMista, who's on 53 with 27. The emplacement continues firing off the Lance Connect. Gonna get a good connection here, but Wham is on the line. We hear relics being picked up. I don't know where they're being picked up from right now, but TheMista, he's doing something with the relics. I don't know where that... Did he sneak a relic somewhere? 2 relics here in the middle. Relic towards the north. There's 3 relics up there. Oh, he's moving the relics across. Okay, never mind. He's moving the relics across. But right now, TheMista, I mean, he's doing very, very well. He's cleaned up a lot of this position. Is that Hulk's? Hulk's actually just killing units on the run by here. Things not looking good right now for TheMista. I mean, at this... Oh my god, he's got 14 Lancers, Knights on the front side. He's going to just bust through the gates. Never mind. I was starting to think that TheMista might have been out of steam, but he was just hiding his Lancers all of a sudden. He's broken through the walls on the... Did he transport across? Wallalo going to be coming down. He's trying to hold on this position. It's going to be successful, at least for the moment. He's going to be able to take that relic back to where he came from and look to potentially grab that next one. But the Knight's going to be coming in, and the Lance Connect looking to try and hold on. Wham cannot catch a break right now. Palace of Swabia coming in behind this as well. TheMista is going to Imperial. His enemy has been in Imperial now since the 14th minute. He's been up down there for 7 minutes. 7 times 6, 42 villages. But no, sorry, Bob, there is not 42 villages of difference between these guys. There's 3 villages of difference between these 2 guys. And TheMista is up by 3. He is holding on. He's killing villages non-stop. He's taken out emplacements everywhere. The cannon emplacement over on this east side continues blasting off, but at the same time, the real damage is being done over towards here on this western side. I don't know where those reinforcements are coming from, but now we can see a dock going to be coming down on this side as well. He might be looking to finish these potential fishing boats, but they're all idle as well. And right now, Wham is sitting on 47 idle villages. That ain't something good right now. You don't want to be sitting on 47 idle villages. How is Wham staying alive right now? I'll be honest with you, I don't think he is. The relics have all been taken out. He's only got 2 of them sitting in the monastery. That's 200 gold. It could be 600 gold a minute in placement, managing to draw out these units. He's got a demo ship. Nice bait, mate. You ain't the master baiter that you thought I was. And now all of a sudden, TheMista reaches Imperial. Good game gets called. TheMista's back in it. The series goes down to 3-1. TheMista's got a long way to come back. The question's going to be whether he can do it. He's found a gear in his car that he didn't know existed. He's hit the NOS, and he is on the way to the top.